My name is... Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's not just me tonight, so I'm going to suffer my waffle for 2 hours. I'm joined tonight by this lovely man. To that side, I pointed in the right direction. Good evening, Conspiracy Catz. How the devil are you?
I'm not... sorry, I spoke over you there, mate. Yeah, I'm very good, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. You didn't speak over me because I only just managed to unmute you in the nick of time.
So my plan to disrupt your stream backfired.
It would have made no difference at all. So, who do we have in the stream tonight? The usual suspects, I would imagine. Just very quickly before we get into the conversation, because Catz is here for a very good reason, I just want to shill myself out and say, using this... wrong direction. Catz is that side, my card is this side. There is still free channel membership being offered to YouTube premium users. You can claim it up until midnight on the... Is there a 31st in May? I can never remember.
Really?
But you can claim free channel membership up to the value of $4.99 ongoing up to the 31st of May, as long as you live in either Brazil, Japan, South Korea, the UK, or Ireland. But if you live anywhere else, I'm afraid you're screwed, and you have to pay like everyone else does. But if you do want to claim your free channel membership, go and claim it now. So, the reason Mr. Catz is with me tonight is because we are going to give you all a brief overview of our new debate channel. Because Catz got in touch with me and said he could see a hole in the market, and I agreed wholeheartedly. So, do you want to give these lovely people a bit of a broad stroke of what's going to be going on, Catz?
Yeah, it'll be a broad stroke. I think we're going to try and offer sort of like a debate show which is different, to the others. It's not going to be a flat Earth centered debate show. We're going to open it up to the subscribers on whatever they want to debate, and boy, have the subscribers come back, Creaky, with some topics for that first debate.
Oh yeah,
yeah, some pretty tasty ones.
Do you know one thing I think is going to be very important, and I think initially we are going to find ourselves repeating this quite frequently, is whatever the topic is that's getting debated, we refrain from having any sort of opinion. We want to try and be completely impartial. We are there simply to moderate the conversation and to not allow it to turn into a dumpster fire, as a lot of other debates can turn into.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've said behind closed doors, so to speak, that the most important thing to us is to have the power to keep the person who isn't talking muted, and all the guests who come on know that when they speak, when they've got their 10-minute introduction, when they're answering questions in the back and forth, they know they're not going to be interrupted by their opponent, because we will have their opponent muted. And I think that will set us apart a little bit from other channels, because people that wouldn't normally go onto a debate show because of fear of being shouted over and muted, not being given a first stance. Well, I think we're going to become known as a channel that doesn't let that happen. We will be giving everybody the first say.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see. We'll find out on Wednesday.
Yeah, we will. It should make for some interesting viewing, to say the least. But that's the thing with like Nathan Oakley's channel always springs to mind with me. That's why he can never get anyone to debate him, because he just screams over the top of them and mutes them when they say something he doesn't like.
Well, he's ruined his own channel. He might have started off with the intention of having this great debate channel, but he's ruined his own channel by acting just like that. Nobody is going to take him seriously and go on there and engage in debate. You get people maybe who might want to phone in because they're bored in an afternoon and have a bit of a chat, but there's nobody out there making sort of, lots of content that thinks, oh, I'll go and debate on Nathan Oakley's channel because of that behavior, where hopefully, everybody will look at us and be like, you know what, I can go on there because I'm going to be given my time.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's some people saying in the side chat now that there's nothing wrong with a good dumpster fire, and they love a dumpster fire. And I can see the appeal, but then I think it distracts from the point that's being debated sometimes. If it just sort of goes on a rapid downward decline into an argument isn't a debate necessarily, is it?
Yeah. Well, I love watching a dumpster fire every now and then. I do,
Yeah.
but enough channels out there that offer that. There are enough channels that offer that kind of thing. We're going to offer it slightly differently, because of that reason. Like I said, it's a hole in the market. It's something different. I know it's a debate show, but we will be doing it differently, and it will be heavily subscriber driven as well. In terms of the topics they want to suggest and more going forward. So no, yeah, dumpster fires are good, but I think we're looking at.
So just for clarity for everyone that's watching then, and to make sure that I've got it clear as well, because listening isn't one of my strong suits, I'll be honest. What we want people to do, people in the audience, people that have subscribed, and thank you, by the way, to everyone that has subscribed already. The channel has actually doubled in size since we altered everything on there and made it public, because we're getting very close now to 4,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already subscribed, I shouldn't say I have with such confidence. I think I've put a link below the video. I'm quite certain, but it's now showing up in search. So if you type agree to disagree debates into YouTube, it's one of the first channels you find, because skills, what can I say? So what we want the subscribers to do is one of two things, if I'm understanding it correctly. They can either just suggest a debate topic to us, and that's their only involvement, or they can suggest a topic that they would like to debate. Is that fair to say, Catz?
Yeah, in fact, I've just put an email address in the chat box now, and if people can get in touch with me on Twitter as well. If you're out there, you don't have to be a creator. If you're out there and you want to debate something, anything, then drop me an email on that, and then I will actively look for an opponent for you. So that's how this gender debate came up. I had somebody email me and say, I really want to have a debate against somebody who thinks that there are only two biological genders. They were the first person to get in touch, and now that's what's happening. So, don't sit around and wait to be asked. You get in touch with us, use that email, and I'll keep spamming it if I can. Or is it in your description, Creaky, the email address?
I've put it in the description, yeah, and I've also amended the bot, the OBS bot, so the channel link should come up sort of every 5 to 10 minutes. But I'm looking at the side chat now, and I've not seen the bot do anything yet, which is fairly typical. The first time I actually need it to do its job, it's not really doing anything. Oh, there we are. I've just seen the first Streamlabs bot of the night. Yeah, which is about right. Actually, it's 22, so we've been going 10 minutes. So keep an eye out for the link to agree to disagree debates in the side chat, but it is also in the video description. I'm 99% sure. It's not, is it?
I can't see. Did you update it recently? Do I need to refresh the watch page?
No, you don't need to refresh it. It's just I'm an idiot. I will make sure I put the link to agree to disagree in there. But if you go on my channel homepage, and you'll see to the right of the main feed, there's sort of suggested channels. Agree to disagree is one of them. There's only 2 there. But like I say, it is showing up in YouTube search now. So from the side chat, what do people think about the topic of the first debate? How many genders are there?
By the way, we have 2 topics on the first debate as well, Creaky. We have the guns as well.
Yeah. And so what the gun one is whether the general public should or should not have access to firearms, isn't it, basically?
Yeah, basically, should there be right to bear arms, And then, the first one is, are there more? So, 2 debates, 2 1-hour-long ones. I think we've stayed away from controversial topics with those, do you think?
I hope. But the thing is, it's like I said about 5 minutes ago, the topics that are getting debated are in the hands of the subscribers to the channel. So I think that really disqualifies anybody from being able to complain that they weren't happy about the topic being debated, because they're being chosen by the audience rather than by us.
Yeah. definitely.
At least that's what I'm going to tell myself every time somebody gets cross with us, which is bound to happen, isn't it? You know, it's
it is. But what it'll do as well is it'll stop every week seeming the same. You know, it won't be we're going to debate flat Earth this week, and then we're going to debate the moon landing the next week, and then back to flat Earth. It could be very, very, very dark. And I'm not saying we'll never, ever, ever, ever do a flat Earth one. You know, I mean, when Neil deGrasse Tyson gets in touch, he might.
Or Aaron Ra.
Oh, Aaron Ra. God, I'd love to have him on.
Yeah.
But I think what I like about Aaron Ra is he does go and he does appear on people's channels.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter how many subscribers. I've seen him on some really small channels, you know, with only, you know, maybe 100, 200 subscribers, but he goes on there.
Yeah, you know, I think for him, I think it's more to do with what's being talked about. I don't think he's overly interested in exposure or, you know, is he going to benefit from appearing on this channel? I think for him, it's if he's passionate about the topic that's being discussed, he's happy to go on there and talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. He does, and he's very knowledgeable as well. A lot of time for him. So. Yeah, no, I am looking forward to this. And while everyone's here, I will thank Mr. Creaky Blinder for doing all the behind the scenes technical work. So designed the logos, done all the making sure we can stream properly. So I'm looking forward to it. So in other words, that's my way, Creaky was saying, if it goes wrong on the night, it's your fault.
Yeah, well, it will be, and I'll own my errors, because if anything goes wrong on the night, it will be me who is 100% to blame. I can't get away from that. So I'm fairly sure, and we've still got some time. I'm almost certain that everything is set up as it needs to be. Hopefully, only time will tell, Catz. Only time will tell.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it will be fine in your capable hands, mate. And I am really looking forward to it. And I just say again, honestly, I'm going to put that email address in the chat again. Mm-hmm. But do feel free. Like, hopefully, I might wake up in the morning with 6 or 7 emails from people saying, "I want to come on and debate this. I want to come on and debate that." And I'll get it sorted. You know, we're not hunting content creators really actively. If a content creator says they want to debate something, fine, but it's not going to be a case of, you know, which recognizable face on YouTube we're going to bring in. You know, it's for the subscribers, dictated by the subscribers. So get involved. You know, give us an email and we'll get you up there debating somebody.
Yeah, this is the whole point. It can be absolutely anybody, and I'm sure, I know we haven't discussed this, but this is just something that's come into my head now. I think for us, if the person who wants to debate isn't comfortable being on camera or whatever that may be, they're more than welcome to come on and debate just using audio. You know, we can, you know, they're not sort of obliged to appear on camera if they're not comfortable to, because, you know, I think a debate can be just as interesting, you know, if you're just listening to it. I don't know if you agree, but, you know, I don't think people necessarily have to put their face on screen if they're not happy to.
Not at all. Not at all. In fact, Andrew Baker's just said in the chat, "What do I need to come on and debate a subject?" Zoom, isn't it? Zoom and an email address.
You need Zoom and an email address, Andrew Baker, and you need to educate me on how to grow such a majestic moustache. Because I've seen your profile picture. That is moustache-tastic, even if I do say so myself. So yeah, all you need to do, Andrew, is what Catz just said. Send an email to agree to disagree debate, and it's a number 2. No poo jokes, please. Not the word 2. And Catz will be taking care of that side of things, because he's far more likable than I am, and everybody would probably say no to me.
Well, actually, while we're here, I'm going to throw this one out. How many of you got watching 243? One of the debates we've got on Wednesday is about guns. And I have 2 people, or I have got 2 people that really want to argue guns for everybody sort of side, apart from, you know, criminals. They may, there's like a 5% chance I may have to substitute them in for somebody else because they of time differences. They're trying to sort something out. But if there's anyone in the chat that wants to argue guns for everybody, again, just let me know and I'll get in touch and I'll have you on standby and I'll let you know, hopefully by the end of tomorrow night, whether you're in or not.
I think that could be an interesting topic if it was between, for example, somebody that lives in the US versus somebody who lives in a country like the UK where owning a gun isn't an option unless you do it illegally. Because because our viewpoints are very different then, aren't they?
Yeah, I find it interesting speaking to people when I've been trying to organise this, because we don't even think about it. We don't think, you know. I mean, maybe we can legally own shotguns for hunting, or I don't know. Farmers might have, I don't even know what the laws are, but it's not something that's ingrained in our culture that we bother to talk about.
No, exactly.
So to me, it's a very interesting debate to hear, because it's just so alien to our way of life, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is as well, right, and I'm not sure if I've spoken about this before, but my younger brother, is an armed police officer. He lives in Hereford. And he's been armed for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And he has not once in the line of duty had to fire his gun. Not on one single occasion. But what he says about it is that if, for example, he was in a hostile situation and he did require... Oh, shit, I've just turned my monitor off. I hope that's all I've turned off. If he did have to pull out his gun, so to speak, he can't just pull it out. It's in a locked box in the back of his car, which he hasn't got access to. It has to be remotely unlocked by the superintendent that's on duty during that shift.
So it's not a spur of the moment gut feeling.
No.
Based move, then, is it?
No. And I'm acquainted with a guy who lives in Albuquerque, and his dad is a sheriff. And I was talking to him. This was years and years ago, and we got into the conversation. Oh yeah, my little brother's an armed police. Oh, what's the gun situation in the UK? And I basically told him that story, and he said, Jesus, if I don't fire my gun 3 times on a shift, it means it's being quiet. It's it's very, very different. I suppose it depends where you are, but he said that they pull their weapons, just matter of fact during their normal work day. Obviously, if the job they've been called to sort of suggests that they need to, but like I say, my brother, he can't just turn up somewhere, see a big scary looking guy with a shotgun and pull his gun out. It doesn't work like that here, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on your viewpoint.
And that's the debate, isn't it? Hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a very, very different situation here to... we'll use America as an example because it's America.
Yeah, and we get quite a lot of traffic from America as well. So makes sense for someone from America to come.
Absolutely.
And educated on that,
Absolutely. More of my audience is from America than the UK, which I always find bizarre. 30% of my audience are from the United Kingdom. About 60% is US, and the other 10% is, or 20%, sorry, is split up then between Australia, Germany, and a few other places. It's so
I get about 90%, 98% from Lithuania. I don't.
Yeah.
No.
They're all trying to marry you and move over here.
I do get a lot from America, more than from the UK. Definitely. But no, I'm just wondering if the chat have got any other debate suggestions. Like, is there anyone in the chat now that wants to come on and?
Come on, guys, don't be shy. If you want to come on, agree to disagree and debate somebody, or if you've got a suggested topic, you're signed in as agree to disagree, Catz, yeah?
I am, and in fact, I'll just put the email. Yeah,
so make yourself visible in the side chat, and if you agree to disagree, we will see what we can do to accommodate you. It could be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and we're going to be on a slightly different time slot to usual. It's a more UK-friendly time slot, isn't it?
Philosopher of Nonsense is saying, I'll come on, this is a topic I'm versed on. Well, Philosopher of Nonsense, what topic are you talking about?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Or you can email both Catz and myself, see the emails. And Catz actually goes to the trouble of reading them as well, which is amazing.
Well, it does help me learn to read. That's
yeah.
I'm getting better. There's some big words in there.
Yeah, there are. That's why I've only been looking at the email addresses they've come from. Too complicated for me. Rich something. Rich Gutierrez says his father-in-law's a flat earther. What should he do? Get divorced, remarried, and then have a different father-in-law.
Yeah, see, that is difficult. I often say, like, flat earthers, they're not going to get turned by watching videos on YouTube. They need good people in their own life, don't they?
Yeah.
I think
exactly.
if you're gonna do any good with him, it's not going to happen over one night. It's going to be months and months and months of just gently chipping away and friendly conversation. There's no easy fix, I don't think, because there isn't, is there? It's almost like a type of brainwashing when you get into that mode. The thing is, like, whatever you say, their instant gut feeling is it's a lie. It's a lie. It's maths. It's a lie.
They basically use denial as their main defense, don't they? They just call bullshit on every piece of evidence. And my favorite one at the moment, and somebody pointed this out to me, is the fact that the moon is the other way up when you view it from Australia, for example, the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, exactly. I've presented that to Paquette Word before, and he made a video where, I mean, it didn't even make sense, to be honest. It was ridiculous, but it was. I mean, I don't know. It was almost a video saying, "Yeah, it might be, but who cares?"
Yeah.
The other one with the star trails, we go clockwise in one hemisphere, anti-clockwise in the other, and then his answer to that is, "Yeah, but it's always east to west, so they're not actually different directions. They're always east to west."
But that's for exactly the same reason, I would imagine, then, as the moon appearing the other way up from the southern hemisphere, isn't it? It's because it's being viewed from a completely different...
Viewed from a different angle, yeah.
Different angle, different... I don't know. It's the opposite side.
But that works sort of like if you've got someone north of the moon, someone south of the moon, but then the people to the east and west of the moon, unless the moon is flat, should be seeing different faces, and we always see the same face of the moon, and
but because of its position in relation to the Earth and the fact that the Earth is a round ball that rotates.
Yeah,
exactly. It really is that simple, isn't it? And why these morons can't see it, I have absolutely no idea. I really, really don't.
See, what gets me with the whole thing is, like, one model, okay? So the heliocentric model will explain day and night, sunsets, sunrises, moonrises, Coriolis effect. It explains all the astronomical observations we see, the retrograde motion of planets, the two celestial poles, the rate of declination, so the rate that Polaris seems to drop in the sky, we move backwards. It explains how we predict the weather. It explains how we find the epicenters of earthquakes, and how seismic waves are distributed. And I could go on and on and on. It explains all of that with one model. Yeah, and then flat Earth would be stuck on the very first thing. And if it did ever create an explanation to maybe explain day and night, it will contradict another explanation that would have to invent to explain eclipses, for example.
Yeah, well, it's like the saying, isn't it? If you tell one lie, you need to tell another 100 to cover up the first one, and it just spirals. Sorry, Catz. Philosopher of Nonsense said he'll come on to debate any flat Earth fallacy, politics, and gun control. All in one debate. That's very ambitious.
That is good. Well, what's his position on gun control? If you could let us know, because you may be a good standby for Wednesday if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
But politics, I'm just wondering if he's American, because I'd love to have a pro-Trump versus anti-Trump debate. I'd love to have one of those. Yeah. But obviously it's going to be suggested by these guys.
And the casual spaceman is saying, "Get your hair cut, Catz, you hippie."
Hey, look at that! I keep telling people I can grow it. I'm going to show the camera. Look at that. I'm not actually.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought as well. Until when the lockdown started and everyone was cutting their own hair at home, I thought I'm gonna be a smart ass and do the opposite and let mine grow out, and it didn't. So I didn't last very long. I just had the old sort of pasties on the side of my head. Looked like I had big furry headphones on. So I got sick of wearing hats day in day out. So it didn't last long.
Oh, Mike Blank, can you email me? He wants to debate against Trump. And Michael Barrett says, Catz said Trump. I love that, like laughing. Yeah, Trump will never get old. Saying the word Trump.
No, exactly. The funny thing is, though, right, and this is childish toilet humor, but this is my channel, so you've come to expect it. For years and years, when the kids were little and somebody needed to drop the kids off at the pool, to use a polite expression, we needed to go for a Donald Trump.
Really?
Yeah. Where are you going? Oh, I'm busting for a Donald Trump. And that's been, my eldest boy's nearly 29, and it's been since he was old enough to talk.
Still need a Donald Trump.
Yeah,
I like that.
You got to. The thing is, though, what I found, I made one off-the-cuff remark about Donald Trump in one of my videos before, and oh my god, everyone went batshit in the comment section. Absolutely insane. And this is why I want to really put it out there that whatever's debated, you and I are completely neutral. We may have an opinion, but we won't share it. Well, I won't anyway, because I don't like being shouted at.
But it's got to be that way, because if people from different viewpoints are going to come on and debate, they need to know that we're going to be neutral about it.
Yeah.
For exactly the same reason that, nobody would go and try and have a debate on Dell's show or Nathan Oakley's show.
No.
Because or Quantum Eraser's channel or anything, because you just know you're not going to get anything like that, where we want the people from all sides of the fence to know that they come and they get equal time, and simple as that. Oh, I've just seen somebody say, likes to debate on immigration, Wheelie Slots, email us. Honestly, agree to disagree debates at gmail.com.
And then somebody else, a debate on philosophy. Really need new glasses.
Debate about psychics, mediums, Richard Cartledge. Again, a great idea. If you want to get involved, email us and we'll get it sorted. I'd love to have, I've got a couple of subscribers who are tarot readers, and I'd love to have them to come on and, talk about what they do, against somebody else. Because I made a video debunking a psychic once. It ended up with them deleting their channel.
Oh, I remember. Didn't you go on and it was something you talked about Nathan Oakley? Your friend Nathan is a flat earther, and what should you do?
Yeah, but I did it. I went on with Baldy Catz and I asked a question, and then when I asked my free question, you only get one free question on those channels, and you've got to pay. So then I signed up with Baldy Catz.
Yeah,
like 2 weeks later.
I remember the video.
So many do. I went on with about 6 different accounts, all ended in Catz. And the guy
it didn't twig. He obviously wasn't a very good psychic then.
He wasn't. No.
Casual Spaceman says he'd be interested in debating somebody about the Apollo missions.
Yes, what an anti moon landing or moon landing denier, that kind of thing. Again, Casual Spaceman, that is actually superb. And drop us an email, pal. We'll get in touch with you on Twitter, and I'll find someone against you.
Chris Shapley, who has become, he was actually the very first person to sign up for the Patreon for the new debate channel. Would love to see an anti-vaxxer debate. So would I.
Yeah, so would I.
That would be a very, very interesting one. A very interesting one. And this is why I think it's so important that we let people see that we are going to be completely impartial, because the last thing we want is people not wanting to come on because they just see it as an echo chamber.
Yeah.
And that's why I liked your idea about letting the viewers, the subscribers choose the topics. Somebody else is saying a debate on veganism. I'm going to go ahead and assume you mean vegan extremists, because there's nothing wrong with being a vegan, but there's lots wrong with trying to force other people to be what you are. So if that's what you mean, again, send us an email, agree-to-disagree-debates@gmail.com. Catz, you need a secretary at this rate.
Oh, I will. It was like Michael Barrett, interested in debate that Sean Dyche is my evil twin. I've met Sean Dyche. You know, I used to work up at Burnley Football Club for a bit. I've met him a few times, but I'm a Blackburn fan, so that's difficult. Right.
Sean Underwood, if you need a parapsychologist, I'm your man. Okay.
Ex-Penguin 95 come up with a point that we have to actually discuss this, haven't we? Will we get to vote on who wins each debate? And
I was going to say this myself. What are your thoughts on it, Catz?
Well, this is unfinalized. We're obviously thrashing this out now in front of everybody. I like the idea of having a community poll open in the background that people can vote on. And then, you know, maybe we can just reveal the at the very end of the debate, maybe we can just reveal the result of the poll, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think.
But then, this is my opinion on it. I could be wrong. I know you haven't got to act so shocked. But does anybody win a debate? Because both sides of the debate, they are obviously very, very passionate about their viewpoint. So for one of them to win, surely that would mean one of them has to sort of hold their hands up and say, yeah, okay, you're right, I'm wrong. And that's never, ever going to happen, is it? I never admit I'm wrong.
I think maybe with some, like, for example, if we did have a flat earther on, I know that's not kind of like the route we're going down, but if we did have a flat earther on, then they could be the most articulate flat earther and the best debater of flat earth in the world.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to say they're going to win the debate.
No,
you know,
exactly.
So,
exactly. But and at the end of the day, every flat earth bit I've ever seen, flat earth debate, that I've ever watched on YouTube, the flat earther always claims victory anyway, so it just seems like a pointless exercise to me. But I do like the idea of a community poll during the live stream, and I'm fairly sure there's a feature in OBS that can run a live poll as you're streaming, and it can be on the screen, you know, somewhere showing, you know, how people are feeling about what they see, and I'll have to check on that and see if we can get that set up.
That's no, that would be amazing if we could do that. What's that, Sean Underwood? This new channel, you guys are not doing the debating? No, we are not debating. Yeah, Sean, I don't know whether you just come late. This is a channel for people, anybody, subscribers, just to get in touch and say they want a debate, and we will put that together. It won't be me and you debating, will it, Creaky? Although we might debate each other one day on the best type of shampoo, or you know,
or something like that, or top quality combs, something along those lines. Yeah,
because you know we are experienced. So, but it is close to me having to drop out here, Creaky, for Sunday night film time. with the kids.
No, that's absolutely fine. As I told you at the beginning, whenever you were ready, you were completely free to bugger off.
Wheelie Fox has just asked, what is the correct spelling for email? I'm going to put the email, I'll tag you in, and I'll put it in one last time before I go. So, agree to...
Good evening, Seek Truth, Speak Truth. How are you, sir?
Hey, Seek Truth. Right, I've put that in, and I'm going to have to shoot now.
Yeah, you crack on, mate.
But it's good.
Right, yeah, thank you for joining me, and no doubt I will find some reason to annoy you at some point tomorrow, but
I will look forward to it.
There we are. I'll speak to you soon, right? Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. So, what do you think? Let me just address some of the super chats that came in while I was talking to Catz. €2 from Crafty Keeler. Love both of you. Best of luck with the debates. Thank you, Crafty Keeler. Tea with Sularito Schindler. $2 US truckers listening. Some trans and non-binary. Another super chat. Love Aaron Ra. Sent him this video link. Ah, perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that. $5 from Curtis Reynolds. When seconds matter, the police are only minutes away. We'd like to think so and hope so. A lot of people complain about the police, but we all phone them when when the shit hits the fan. And Peter Nancaro, £2, pro-Trump, I fart all the time. There's always got to be one that lowers the... Always got to be one. So as I said earlier on, check this out. Free channel membership. Sign up. It really, really helps the channel out, but you can only do it for free if you're a YouTube Premium user. But I would massively appreciate it if you did. And also, and I will stop banging on about it, because I know not everybody likes it. Tidy indeed. Is that a little bit quieter? I turned the volume down on all the announcements because people said it was annoying that it sounded like I was interrupting myself. So let me know in the side chat if it's a little bit quieter. Yeah, and the CGI and Sarcasm Cam mugs and t-shirts are available in the merch store. The link will appear in the thing. But if you just jump on Google and type in Creaky Blinder merch, it's what I think is the first result that comes up. Yeah, we'll do that now. Thank you very much. But you haven't got to. Olek, super chat, 10 Polish knockers. CGI indeed. CGI indeed. CGI. That clip never gets old for me. Does it for you? The audio's fine. Thank you, Philosopher of Nonsense. Yeah, people were complaining that the notifications are always quiet on my stream. It's just me that's not Brainless Steel NL. Okay? I get it. Gary IOW, be right back. You haven't risen your hand and asked if you could leave. You can't just go. What do you think this is? Just hurry back. What does Creaky Blinder mean? Asks Rich Guterres, if that's how you say it. I've explained this so many times, but I've never seen your name before, so I will do it again. Are you familiar with the TV show The Peaky Blinders? It's basically just a play on words of The Peaky Blinders. I'm too old to be peaky, so I'm Creaky, the Creaky Blinder. And then people generally go on to ask what a blinder is, and it basically means the same as saying good, awesome, radical, if you're a surfy dude, or cool, like I'm not. Yeah, it basically just means that. So, what's everyone thinking about this new channel then? Are we all excited? Give me a thumbs up in the side chat if you're looking forward to the first debate. And I would like to think that every single person here, all 302 of you, have already subscribed. Because we have managed to... The channel was repurposed. It was one of Catz's old channels, but we've obviously teamed up and rebranded the channel, and we have actually managed to double the size of it in the last 3 days or 4 days. If anybody's going to ask me a question in the side chat, can you at me? Because I just saw one whiz past and now it's gone forever. Forever gone. But yeah, so people are looking forward to it. Perfect. That's what we want to see. Because it would be pretty pointless, really, doing it, wouldn't it? If nobody was looking forward to it. I've just remembered something as well. I can now remove mine headphones. Bear with me one moment, please. Oh. Because I know all the pros do it. And I'm going to have to do it in the... on the debates. But I absolutely hate wearing headphones on a live stream. Oh, for God's sake. I really, really do not like wearing headphones. Come on, OBS. You're doing my nugget in now on a live stream. It's just not fun. Makes me sweaty. I want to thank somebody as well. I think he's here. I'm sure I saw him earlier. Simon Cowell's brother, Tim Cowell. The PC is working like a dream now. Really, really quiet. Every single bit of your advice was bang on, mate. Works like an absolute charm. Right, let me see if I can find that question. Am I going to redo Sarcasm Cam with my new facial hair, or are you going back to that amazing beard? I I'm a yo-yo bearder. Sometimes I'll have a beard, sometimes I won't. But I probably won't have a beard through the summer. That's part of the reason why I cut it so short. Another super chat come in. Pissing on the corners of flat earth. Don't ever change. 50 sec. Swedish Corona? Excuse me. I think that's right. Generally, if I think it's right, it's usually wrong. Corvi1874. Please put the headphones back on. It's blinding me, Creaky, now for some reason. I haven't got shiny ears. So, shouldn't be. What is that, a bald joke? Because as I say, I'm not bald. I've just got a very large forehead. Has YouTube ever threatened to demonetize over the use of a vape? Have you heard they're crunching down on smoking? No, they haven't. But I know that there are no longer any channels that review vape equipment that are now monetized. They've all been demonetized because YouTube don't like that sort of thing. What flavor am I smoking? I'm not smoking. I'm vaping, Rich Evans. I'm vaping Mosh. And it's Vampire Vapes Catapult. And I'm vaping it in, because everybody asks me all the time, I'm vaping it in the new Smock Node 2. Very swanky piece of kit. And I'm enjoying it. Another super chat just come in from Benji Bertie. Creaky, what's your opinion on Shrewsbury? Shrewsbury, us border Shrewsbury English folk are told we sound Welsh, but maps disagree. Oh, Lord Callum, thank you very much for the suggestion. Somebody who thinks cannabis should be legal versus somebody who doesn't. That would be an interesting one. Lord Callum, if you send us an email, agree to disagree, debates@gmail.com, then we will consider it. And I'll see you in work tomorrow, boy, because Lord Callum is my son. But yeah, talk to me about it tomorrow, Cal, and I will have a chat with Conspiracy Catz. Why is it hilarious? No, the reason I said for you to email me, boy, is because if you don't, I'll forget. You know what I'm like. So yeah, do that, or we can just talk about it in work tomorrow. Tidy indeed. Hashtag tidy. See, all Welsh people say tidy. Chrisma and Dave, what do you think of debate between ethical hedonist versus, say, an extreme? I would love to come up with an intelligent answer, Chrisma and Dave, but I don't know what either of those things are. The Turtle Move says we should have a debate, Lord Callum versus Mrs. Blinder. I have witnessed many debates between Lord Callum and Mrs. Blinder over the years. So yeah, we'll see what we can arrange. So lots of people seem to have ideas for debate topics, which is always encouraging. Setdeck, do I have a new camera or are you naturally sharpened? I polished myself before coming on stream tonight, and I have changed my lighting and the setup of my room, so maybe that's what's doing it. If you notice, the scruffy old shelf that was sitting in that corner has now been replaced by a wall-mounted shelf that I put about 10 inches too high, and now nobody can see all the lovely bits and pieces I've got on there. Like my old school but never old-fashioned sign, for example, and my beloved Leon Lush bobblehead. Vegetarians eat Audrey Rebedy. Vegetarians eat dairy. Vegans eat no animal products. All right, so we're having a discussion in the side chat about vegans versus vegetarians. Hey, Creaky, what do you say to people that say that vapes are worse than cigarettes? I tell them to bog off and do their research, the jolly mercenary, because they are 100% wrong. And like any other conspiracy Tard. They clearly have not done any actual research. It's been proven by the British Medical Association that the use of e-cigarettes is 93% safer than smoking analog cigarettes. And the example I give to people, let's say for argument's sake, you've never smoked a day in your life, and somebody's got a gun to your head and they say you either have to take up smoking or you either have to take up vaping. Which one are you going to choose? And, you know, yeah, obviously it's a topic I'm very passionate about. And before anybody asks, no, I would never debate it. The reason I don't debate is because I am not the world's best at restraining myself or controlling my passion. I wouldn't use the word temper. Passion. Rufus, exactly. That's exactly right. And we say that to people in the shop. The only thing that's 100% better is never to smoke or vape at all. You say the debate is at 7 p.m. GMT, but YouTube says, oh, yeah, we're in bloody BST now. It's at 7 o'clock. It'll be there. Turn on notifications. And I don't know if anybody saw this in the video description. And I don't know how many people in the side chat use Discord or are members of my Discord server. But TNT, the Bacon God, has created an agree to disagree room in my Discord server. And we have also added the Agree to Disagree channel to the Discord notifications. So if you're worried about not getting notified by YouTube, because they have been known to not notify people, then you can get notified from Discord. So yeah. Will I add a Tidy Cam merch? I haven't got a Tidy Cam though, Devin, I'm afraid. Thank you, Turquoise Laura. Yeah, there we are. There's the link to the Discord server. If you want to join, you can do it there. It's free. You haven't got to do anything. You haven't got to chat if you don't want to, because I rarely do. Unless somebody specifically wants to speak to me. But it's a nice way of getting notified. Sorry, I zoned out then because I just saw something. Somebody would like to see a debate on abortions. Mike Blank. Mike Blank, if you can shoot, hang on a sec. Shoot an email across to that. Exactly, Tim Cowell. Smoking a cigarette is carcinogenic. Smoking e-liquid is not. Very well said. There's only 4 ingredients in e-liquid. There are thousands in analog cigarettes. Good evening, Stringer News 1. Where have you been? Why are you late? You best have a really good excuse. You missed Conspiracy Catz. He was here for the first 40 minutes of the stream. Come on. So yeah, if anybody has got a topic they want to debate, email us, because I don't know how long you've all been here, but I've got the memory span of a senile goldfish. So you will quite often have seen me get halfway through a sentence and forget what I was going to say to finish it. So if you think mentioning it to me in a live stream is going to guarantee that that it gets remembered, no, it's not. Definitely not. Maybe the side chat is being a bit bizarre tonight because I've got top chat instead of live chat. Oh, that's changed things. Philosopher of Nonsense says thank you. Thank you for what, dude? But you're welcome. A happy little fox, aka Benji, is a second-hand vegetarian. Chickens eat corn, I eat chickens. This is the thing. I got no problem with anybody that chooses to be a vegetarian or a vegan. To me, they're just dietary choices. When people get on their high horse and say, I'm saving animals. Have you seen that Joey Carb Strong dick? Oh my God, that guy winds me up like you wouldn't believe. What an absolute tool. Jesse Irwin, yes, I did. I smoked for 30 years before I started vaping. It's people like him that give other vegans who are just making a dietary choice that suits them seem like, I'm not seem like bad people, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. James, that means you can't answer. Who can't answer what, James? Let me know. Tag me. Thank you, Seek Truth, Speak Truth. I will speak to you soon, dude. Dan asks, will there be a side chat during the debates? Absolutely, Dan. It'll be exactly the same format as this. It'll just be branded for agree to disagree. It'll be exactly the same. And we have a normal voice chat. Oh, no, that's a good idea. Karasi. TNT, I'm not sure if you're still here. But, if you... See, it's just happened to me again. What was I talking about? Somebody remind me. Oh, no problem, Philosopher of Nonsense. You're very welcome. No, it's gone. Totally gone. Another super chat from Nero. He says, or she, could be either, vape on, hashtag tidy. Vape on indeed, because it's a lot healthier. Mario Space.x, 13.99 Canadian. Thanks for the content. It's helping forget my son's terrible twos temper tantrums. I can remember the terrible twos. Very vaguely. Oh, voice chat on Discord. Thank you, Mark Swabby. TNT Bacon God, are you still listening? Are you still lurking? Thank you, Audrey Rebedew. Are you still lurking? Because if you have... Yeah, oh, the... Yeah. Bacon Earth, aka TNT. Can we add a voice chat that's specifically for the agree to disagree debate so people can talk about it while they're watching it? I think that's what they're asking for. So I'm looking at the server now. So we've got the where did I see it? There we go. You know, we've got the, you know, in suggestions for Creaky, you've got the agree to disagree suggestions channel. Can we add an agree to disagree voice chat as well so people can? Thank you, Bacon Earth, aka TNT/BG, and your swanky blue spanner. That is much appreciated. Bill Schofield, how's Philip? Self-righteous vegans are not like self-righteous religious nuts. They ruin the image for everyone else. Are a lot like, sorry. Yeah, and that's what I was trying to say, but I couldn't articulate what I meant. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That's what I meant. Everybody gets tarred with the same brush then, don't they, unfortunately? Oh, dear me. I'm laughing at something I've been sent. Right, okay. I'm laughing at two things I've been sent. But anyway. Good evening, Mohammed Shafiq. How are you? Which brand of e-liquid would I recommend for the smock? Depends what smock it is. Depends if it's a mouth-to-lung device or a direct-to-lung device. And liquid, the brand is irrelevant, really. Find an e-liquid you like and vape that. That's the honest answer. And I know it sounds a bit dismissive, but it's the only honest answer I can give you. Good evening, Touchpad. How are you? Okata, the Nord V1. Yeah, I got a Nord V1 as well. The only reason I've got a Nord V2 now is because... why isn't my camera focusing on that? Oh, it don't matter anyway. Yeah, I just have. Pissing on the corners of Flat Earth says his favourite vegetable is pork. Mohammed Shafiq, I'm good, thank you. Hope you and your family are doing well. Yeah, we're okay, mate. Struggling on. That's all we can do, isn't it? Good old Boris has given us another 3 weeks. Well, no, technically that's not right, is it? the Welsh government have decided that I hope autofocusing is broken. I won't be happy. No. Good old Canon providing a webcam utility. Boosh. Focus. Focus. Yeah. Focus-tastic. Touchpad's getting sort of crazy from this isolation. Yeah, I know the feeling, but I'm actually very lucky because I'm having to go to the vape shop 3 days a week. Just staying in all the time is... And do you know the people I feel sorry for are people who literally have not left their house since this began. Like, for example, my parents. How my mother hasn't killed my father yet is completely beyond me. But yeah, I never thought I would see anything like this in my entire life. I really, really didn't. Really, really didn't. Could you bear with me momentarily, people, please? And I will leave you with this for about 40 seconds. Sorry about that, everyone, but it was either that or pull an Anthony Riley, and I'm not going to do that. Absolutely no chance. Excuse me. And the Bacon God has already added a voice chat room to the Discord server, which is labeled Agree to Disagree Voice, I would imagine. Yeah, so damn, and I just joined it. I didn't want to do that. It'll steal my microphone. Dead. But yeah, there's now an Agree to Disagree channel in the Discord server. So that's a very good idea, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't have thought of that because I don't really use Discord that much. Then yeah, I just wouldn't have thought of it. So well done, whoever suggested that. Very good idea. Anyway, there is one thing I want to talk about that I want to get off my chest. I'm amongst friends, aren't I? Yeah? I hope so. So, Friday's video. Is heaven real? Is that what I called it? I can't bloody remember now. What was Friday's video called, everyone? I've slept twice since then, see, so yeah, there's absolutely no chance of me. Is heaven real? Did I doubt myself? And my statement in there about not believing in God, but not considering myself to be an atheist. Now, I'm well aware that the word atheist means to not believe in God. but I just don't consider myself. No, I don't label myself as an atheist. If that's what I am, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. But again, I think people are too quick to jump sometimes. So people in the comment section were trying to tell me whether you like it or not, you're an atheist. No, I still disagree and I still hold my position. If somebody refers to themselves as an atheist, they choose to call themselves an atheist because choosing to have, this is just my interpretation on it, right? So it's probably wrong. But the way I think about it, yeah, Audrey Rebedu, by definition, is one thing, but whether I choose to call myself that is another thing. So what I would say is, if somebody is has no religious affiliation, and then they choose to label themselves or call themselves an atheist, isn't that the same thing? Kind of. You follow what I'm saying? Because you're labeling yourself as an atheist. Look at me, I'm an atheist, because everyone knows an atheist means I don't believe in God. But, and as Brainless Steel NL is saying, an atheist is actively against religion. I'm not actively against religion. I just don't subscribe to any religion myself. I don't believe in God. And what you've got to remember is I was raised Roman Catholic. I went to Catholic school. I used to be an altar boy in church. I used to go to church on a Sunday. And then, you know, I survived going through Catholic school with nuns and priests as teachers. Didn't get bummed once. And I don't feel the need to label myself as an atheist. And that's not to say that I've got any problem with people that do, because I haven't. It's entirely your own choice. But I will never consider myself an atheist. And I know that sounds contradictory because by definition, a person that doesn't believe in God is an atheist. That's fine. Chris Shapley, if perhaps you can clear this up for me. I don't know. I think I've said this in I know I've said it in videos, and I'm not sure if I've ever said it in live streams. But I meditate every day, and I know Chris Shapley does as well, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying it, or at least I hope he won't, because I've said it now when this is live. Buddhism is. See, the way I understand Buddhism is it's a philosophy and a lifestyle rather than a religion, because they don't worship a single god, do they? Am I understanding it correctly? You know, so I suppose if I was ever going to be anything, I would be a Buddhist, because I've already got the haircut for it and the big fat belly. So I'm halfway there. And the stretched ears. I could practically be Buddha. But yeah, clear that up for me, Chris Shapley. Is Buddhism a religion? I've seen some people say it is and some people say it isn't. Audrey Rebedu says some atheists are actively against religion. I think I just read that out, didn't I? Oh my God, I'm so bad at this. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm gonna close me. Can people stop trying to talk to me in Discord? You know how easily distracted I am. Or if I've closed it now, so if you do, I'll speak to you later. I'll speak to you now in a minute. String of News 1. Creaky Boomer. How am I a boomer? I thought I wasn't old enough to be a boomer. Wolverine 6688. They follow the teachings of Buddha. Yeah, but does that make it a religion? Raphael Steiner. I'm an atheist and I respect your point of view. Thank you, mate. Can you see what I'm saying, though? To me, it almost feels, and I'm not saying this is a case with you, Raphael or anyone else in the side chat that's considers themselves to be atheist, but it's almost as if because some people bang on about atheism so much, it makes it kind of feel like a religion, which I know makes no sense. But what I mean is that sort of that group setting, belonging to a group of atheists. I don't belong to any groups, just me. I believe what I believe, and I don't believe what I don't believe, and I don't need to be part of a group to qualify my beliefs. Maybe, definitely. I'm going to shut up now in case I upset anyone. Lavani Kacharava, Creaky Blinder. Hi Creaky, do you upgrade your PC? My PC has been upgraded very recently thanks to the kindness of Tim Cowell, who sent me some new memory and then pointed out to me that I had a really terrible fan in my system, and the fact that I was 2 fans short of a healthy PC. So I bought some fans, and yeah, now it's hunky spunky dory, and you'll notice that I'm not sweating like a fat bird at a barbecue. So yeah. Pagan. Hi mate, can you make a debate for the younger dryers extinction that hypothesizes ancient advanced civilizations? Yeah, there we are. If anybody, it's no good asking me now if I can make a debate. You have to email oh shit, not that. Ooh, I very nearly shared the link then for Google Meet. Don't want to do that. Agree to disagree debates at gmail.com. So if you do have a topic you want to see being debated, email us. Audrey Rebedu, that's easy. Pepsi. I worked for Pepsi for almost 10 years and developed a rather unhealthy... Oh, good evening, Neil, the 604 Atheist. We were just having a discussion about atheism. And I'm addressing this question directly to you. Sorry for everyone else if I'm repeating myself, but Neil, the 604 Atheist. I said in my video on Friday, I don't believe in God, but I still don't consider myself to be an atheist. What's your opinion on that? And then I'll explain to you what I was just talking about briefly, because I've already explained it once. Chris Sharpley, I missed your reply then. What did you say, mate? There are Buddhists that believe in gods and demons. I follow the philosophical path, the actual teachings of Buddha versus Tibetan and Indian Buddhists who have a pantheon. So it can be a philosophical... It can be a philosophical practice or a religious practice then. Thank you for clearing that up, Dr. Shapley. I knew you'd be the man to ask. Neil the 604 Atheist. If you don't believe in God, technically you're an atheist. Okay, and this is what I get that. I know that the definition, by definition, somebody that doesn't believe in God is an atheist. But does somebody that believes in God, are they then bound to call themselves an atheist? Because I don't. I think we had a brief discussion about this before, didn't we? I think you asked me to come onto your live show for a chat. And I said to you then, I don't consider myself... Yeah, exactly, Peter HWS. It's the label I don't like. I don't feel the need to illustrate my not believing in God with the label of atheist. And that's not to say that I throwing any disrespect towards anyone who is an atheist, because obviously I'm not. A huge number of my viewers are atheists. I just don't consider myself to be. Yeah, but an agnostic is somebody that isn't sure whether there's a God or not. Isn't that right? Itchabe. Yeah, Audrey Revenue, again, what I just said. An agnostic is somebody who's not sure. I'm sure. Brian Newton, yeah, but that's defeating the purpose then, because if I called myself a non-believer, I would be labeling myself as a non-believer. Yeah? No? Maybe? Exactly, sheep go quack. But the reason I felt the need to point it out in that video on Friday was because I was talking about that woman was clearly insane. I've been to heaven and blah-de-blah-de-blah. But, you know, that's why I felt the need to point that out. And the segment I put in that video, I was paraphrasing Ricky Gervais, believe it or not, because I saw him talking about it, and he said, Neil the 604 atheist, possibly at some point, because I don't know if you've seen the title to this video, but the reason Conspiracy Catz was on with me earlier on is because him and I have started our own debate channel, and the first show is on Wednesday, the 20th of May at 7 p.m. UK time, and the topic of the debate, which has been chosen by the subscribers, is how many genders are there? So yeah, Sam, there are lots of sheep in Wales. You're absolutely right. Agnostic is a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known. Oh, well, maybe I am agnostic then. Let me just read through that again. Agnostic. An agnostic person is a person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God or anything beyond material phenomena. A person who claims neither faith nor disbelief in God. Yeah, but I do claim disbelief in God. Because if God is real, then he's got a pretty twisted sense of humor, in my opinion. But you know what they say about opinions? Exactly. Jeff P, I, in my humble opinion, I don't think, how can there be? How can there be? Call myself a pagan sounds more badass. I don't want to call myself anything. I don't feel the need to. Thanks for the suggestion. Awesome. Could be any super chats come in because I hate missing. No, they haven't. Was the last one I read out Mario Space.x? I think it was, wasn't it? 13.99 Canadian. But anyway. Having a religion is like having a penis. It's fine to have, it's fine to be proud of it, but it's best to keep it to yourself. Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. So, pissing on the corners of flat earth. I don't know who watched Friday's video and who didn't, but I said I was paraphrasing Ricky Gervais. So what I said is that, well, sorry, what he said is that if you were to take all the religious texts, so the Bible, the Quran, or any religious book of any description and hide it away in a cave, destroy it, whatever you want to do, and then do exactly the same with every science book, every science paper that's ever been written, hide them away from humanity, lock them in a cave, burn them, do whatever you want to do with them. They're all gone. There's no religious text of any description. There's no scientific text of any description. In 1,000 years, all those science books would be back and they'd be pretty much exactly the same. Because all those books have been written based on research and the results of tests and experimentation, observations and everything. So those results would always remain the same. But the religious books either wouldn't be back at all, or they would be back, but they'd be completely different to what they are now, because Ricky Gervais said it, and I think that is probably the best explanation of it's one of the best explanations I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of atheists explain why they don't believe God exists. But that one, for me, nailed it 100%. Yeah, Neil the 604 atheist. It's a really good analogy, and that's why I liked it so much. And that's why I put it in the video. I was really surprised, if I'm being honest, that nobody picked up that it was a Ricky Gervais quote. But it was. $2 from Tea with Sue, Lorito Schindler. Uncountable hashtag genders from Ultra Femme to Mega Dude. Yeah, Ricky Gervais is an atheist, and he says he's an atheist. But like he said, and okay, did I say this in the video? Why does somebody that doesn't believe in God have to be called an atheist? Because there isn't a name for people that don't believe in fairies, I think was what he said. What do you call a person that doesn't believe in Santa Claus? Well, you call them an adult, but you get the point. I just don't like labels.
Oh, new subscriber. Tidy.
Tidy indeed. So, yeah, that's String of News One. Call them an Afarius. Oh, String of News One. Remember when you helped me set up the audio for this swanky microphone? When you very kindly purchased the Cloudlifter and sent it to me. I discovered today, after Windows had done an update, that the reason I was having to turn the gain up so far is because, you know, the volume control for the microphone in a PC, it was only on 32 bloody %. I've turned it up to 75% now, and I've turned the gain down to about 40% on the doohickey. So yeah, cool story, bro. Tell it again. Wolverine 6688, shout out to Creaky Blinder and Conspiracy Cats for the channel and the content. Thank you very much. I'm assuming you're talking about agree to disagree debates, but there's not technically any content on there yet, but I appreciate the sentiment. And the comments I was just making were not designed to start off an argument in the side chat, so please don't do that, guys, because you know I don't like it. And my moderators will moderate the ass off you. Yeah, Neil the 604 atheist, we're both very excited about it. It should be really good. And I know you weren't here earlier on, but the whole premise of the channel is we're not going to let people scream over each other. We're going to keep the person that isn't putting their point across muted, and we're only going to unmute them when it's their turn. And every single I say every single topic, 99% of the topics you see being debated on the channel are going to be chosen by the audience. So for example, Neil the 604 atheist, if you wanted to come on and debate, is there a God versus there isn't a God, then, you know, you would email us yeah, and we would find you an opponent, unless of course you had your own opponent, and then we can basically just host the debate for you. But it should be good fun. It should be a very interesting channel, and we're going to do everything we can within our power to keep it from turning into a dumpster fire. But I know sometimes that's unavoidable. Troy Lewis, any hint for my next video? I know what my next video is going to be, but I generally don't let people know until the video is released. Otherwise, it's not really a surprise. And what I found from experience is whenever I've told people what the new video is going to be about, it never does as well. So I shall continue to do it that way. But anyway, just in case I haven't mentioned it 50 times, if you're a YouTube Premium user, you can get channel membership for free until the 31st of May at midnight. But only if you live in Japan, the UK, Ireland, South Korea, and Spain. I want to say Spain. Maybe it is Spain. But anyway, do it if you want to. If you don't, please yourself. If you don't want to do that, TGI merch, you all asked for it. Sarcasm Cam merch. It's there. Thank you, Andrew Matthias and Brazil. So, yeah. Fred Bailey, you can't get it to work. Are you a YouTube premium user? Do you pay for YouTube, Fred Bailey? You pay a subscription to YouTube. Oh, Roy Gordon's got his mug. Post a picture of it somewhere, Roy Gordon. Send me an email of it. What's going on with the limited edition merch? I'm always very mindful of the fact, and I know I joke about it, and people probably get sick of me showing the cards and the channel membership and live merch, and Peter HWS, yes, opponents can pick each other. I have got some ideas for limited edition merch, but I'm not going to put it out yet because, and again, I may be wrong, but merch has never been a strong seller for my channel because my audience, and I know this is only a broad sort of overview, but my audience ranges from, according to YouTube analytics, between the ages of about 30 and 50, there or thereabouts. And I don't know any 50-year-old men or women that walk around wearing printed t-shirts. Not that many anyway, apart from me. And I know Turquoise Laura does. And other people that send me pictures of them, but just merch doesn't seem to sell brilliantly for me. But anyway, we can but try. If anybody's got any questions they want to ask me, you got 6 minutes to get the questions in. Because I will be out here. S2000 GT's wearing a Black Sabbath t-shirt. Well, you would be. I'll warn you now, Creaky Blinder, watch out for Darth Dawkins. Who is Darth Dawkins? I have no idea. Never heard of him. Is he on YouTube? Or is he going to come around my house and do things to me? Well, I don't know, Henrik. What is a good question to ask me? You got to ask me. Cheap go quack. Depends what country you're in. I can only send stuff out from the vape shop if you're in the UK. Is he the sort of person I could make a video about, though, Neil the 604 Atheist? Because I don't want to say I specialize in making videos about arseholes, but I give it a good go. Turquoise Laura's wearing a what accent t-shirt? I always knew you had good taste, Laura. Audrey Rebedew turned 36 yesterday. What came first, the egg or the chicken? Based on evolution, I would say the chicken. And I could be wrong. Imagine that. Plus, I don't really care. Tobacco or tobacco-less vape. There's no tobacco in any vape at all. Peter HWS would buy hats to cover his creaky do. Right then, I'm glad you've mentioned that, and I'll say this very quickly before I call it a day. I can put hats in the merch store, but if I put a new t-shirt design up tonight, all I have to do is come up with the design, upload it to Teespring, they do the rest. You jump on and order a t-shirt, they print it, and they send it out to you. But with hats, I have to go on there and I have to say, I want to order a run of 50 hats, which is a huge expense. And as I said, with not being confident that merch sells well enough for me, I would be afraid to dump a load of cash into prepaying for 50 hats on the off chance that some people might buy them, for example. Oh yeah, but I suppose I could do them. I have got an alternative contact for hats that can do me embroidered hats, but they would be baseball caps. But again, you know, I would need to pre-sell them, and then, you know, when people, yeah. I think that's about it then, peeps. I think I'm done. I will see you in Tuesday's video. Is the new upload time bothering anybody? YouTube have got a new feature. YouTube has a new feature in the back end. And it implies that more of my audience are on in the night time in the UK, which is the morning time in the US. I don't know. But anyway, that's why I'm doing it like that. But anyway, I'm out here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. See you in Tuesday's video. Then I will see you with the lovely Conspiracy Cats in the first debate to be shown on Agree to Disagree Debates. Bye.